There's a growing interest in the sport of football in China, with many hoping to see the national team one day with a major international tournament. Such a goal will rely heavily on China's young talent. CCTV's Lionel Donovan takes a look at their aspirations.
Nowadays, the road to professional football starts earlier than ever. Here, kids as young as 9 years old spend half of their waking hours to practicing and studying football, hoping for a shot at the big leagues. Some people say that's too young to start practicing. However, in Brazil, kids as young as 14 years old are not only competing professionally, they're signing contracts. It's a controversial issue in the world of youth football, and clubs and coaches from around the world are struggling to find the perfect age to begin training tomorrow's champions.
We need to start with very young kids, start training them when they are in preschool and when they are 5 or 6 years old.
You have to find a balance with it. You can't have really young children at sort of 5 years old coming in and training 4, 5, 6 times a week. I mean, what we're talking about here is we're talking about professional coaches.
In China's contemporary youth football system, the trend is that the age to begin professional training is getting younger and younger. This happened in table tennis before. Kids were being forced to enter into professional sports, training at a very early age, which might have helped China's status in the sport rise rapidly. But from the athlete's personal view, it's very unnatural.
Behind me, a class of Evergrande kids are practicing during the holidays. Many of the holidays are like this because the school is so isolated from the city that many of the students can't return home. But that's a sacrifice the students and their families are prepared to make, all in the hopes of becoming China's next professional football stars. But how many of these kids will actually make it to the football professional leagues? And what happens to those kids that don't make the cut?
Players who retire from professional teams often end up unemployed. Every year, professional teams get rid of many players. Plus, in clubs, only 3 to 5% of youth team players can make it onto the adult team. The remaining 95% of kids now face unemployment and would have to find other jobs.
The future for those who don't make it to professional football greatness is worrying. But what is life like for those who do make it? And what do they see once they stand on top of the pyramid? In the next episode, we'll answer this question by taking you into one of the most elite youth training camps in China, the Shandong Luneng Youth Football School, where China's best of the best teenage football players gather, train, and fight for their dreams.